Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your end of November 2020 reading. This is basically an eclipse reading because I really want to get as many of the signs done as possible before, two days. So yeah, on the 30th, the eclipse is. So I'm just going to try to power through, but I really wanted to touch on you in particular. You, Gemini, and I have Sagittarius as well, because y'all have you especially, Saturn is going into your sign next month. That's my placement as well. That's going to be my Saturn return. So, if you are not, if you don't have Aquarius in your top three, but you do have Saturn coming into that, I would also watch this video because I do see a lot of karmic themes. I do see just a lot of overall big picture type of energy here. You have a lot of changes. You start off your spread with the death card, so you're just coming in just like all ready to just get rid of everything and build from the ground up, which is good. Alchemy too just kept popping into my head when I was pulling for you and really writing up your reading. I really feel like you're going to be making something from nothing and trying to reshape your life despite everything kind of crumbling. And it's not crumbling in the sense that you just have major destruction going on. I feel like you're another sign that's going to be experiencing a paradigm shift where things you were so sure about, things you thought you knew, you might wake up one morning and just something might happen or something just might click in your head to where, all right, this is not what I thought it was, or this is not what I believe anymore. It's going to not feel so great, but it's really going to be necessary. Oh, I apologize. I really do want you to also be cognizant of how you use your natural resources, how you use your gifts, because you, again, with the Magician card showing up too, you're someone that's very gifted. And I do want you to make sure that you're using it in ways that are just not all about service to other people, but it's also in addition to helping yourself grow. Aquariuses, they have the stigma of being a lone wolf or someone that's very avant-garde and not a people. They're not considered to be people. If that makes sense. But in reality, Aquarius is a sign of friendship. It is a sign of reaching the masses in a different way than Sagittarius, because I think they're represented by Jupiter or they're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is about mass appeal, but you're ruled by Uranus, which can kind of be about rebellion, but it's also about creating change on a grand scale. So while Jupiter brings people together and amplifies, you're just more about doing the necessary and doing it in a way that benefits everyone. And I see a lot of that in your spread this month or going into next month. I do also want, it's funny because one of the main themes in a lot of my readings are about not trying to enforce karma on other people. It's not our place to give people their karmic due. Karma is an entity. It's not even just an energy. It's a force. And it goes where it needs to go. We do not have to direct karma to go anywhere. And in doing that, we kind of mess up our own karma. And normally I have to it shows up in a lot of signs readings, and it's shown up in my own personal readings too. It's a typical human nature thing to want people to pay for what they've done to you. And it doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and do something violent or really malicious. Sometimes you just want to be petty, and even that can mess up your own karma. But for you, I see that you're kind of getting in the way of someone's karma, which it's different for me. It was really interesting to see that. You're someone that's meant to be the one that got away, and you're not getting away. So I really want y'all to be cognizant of that this month because we're not responsible for other people's spiritual growth. We can only worry about ourselves and the impact that our actions have on the world and also on the people around us. And sometimes, our paths intertwine and our actions are a catalyst for other people's growth. And that kind of is not necessarily something we need to worry about and try to go out of our way to help people grow spiritually, and unless we can, of course. But for you, I see that you staying with someone right now is kind of enabling them. And I don't mean to victim blame or say that it's your fault for any of their actions, but it's kind of justifying in their head the actions that they're taking because you're a catch, and you haven't left, there hasn't been any consequences, so this person really isn't, not even, I don't want to say suffering, they're just not feeling any consequences to how they're treating people, especially romantically. Because I did get third party energy, and I do get that you are putting so much into trying to make something work because you have feelings invested. And I really see it more as this person is kind of like the cat that got the cream instead of someone that, you know, is meant to be remorseful. You got so many public attention cards. I think of all the cards in my head that kind of denote its fame and possible like success in a public realm, you were missing just the one. You got the Star card, you got the Magician, you got the Nine of Cups, you got the Nine of Pentacles. Um, you got a lot of cards that just, and the Page of Swords, you got a lot of cards that said to me that you're gonna have a lot of eyes on you. You're gonna be a go-to person. The Three of Pentacles is that for me. So I think that in staying with someone while you're leveling up, you're staying with someone that is kind of meant to see all of this for you from far away. They're not meant to celebrate this with you. They're not meant to get a piece of the success that's coming to you. Their karma is to watch you be successful from afar. So in staying with them, you're kind of like cutting them a break, and God forbid you're kind of also giving a piece of your goodness, your abundance to someone that's not meant to have it. So I just really want y'all to kind of be a little bit strict about the boundaries you're setting and about not letting people that don't deserve to be in your life, or you don't give them any space to be there, because there is potential here for parasites, basically. And with that being said, let's definitely get started. Saturn in Aquarius is going to be a really powerful time for you, as well as this Jupiter and Pisces transit that's coming up. I want to say that that's coming up this summer, but I'll get more into that Jupiter and Pisces because that's closer toward the end of your spread. But right now, just really look at just look up as much as you can about Saturn, because that's really going to be influencing your sign pretty heavily this year, starting next month. So, like I said, I do feel a shift in your priorities. What gets you up in the morning might change. Alchemy is going to be an interest for you, like I mentioned. Just how to create things without going the traditional route. Because this Magician card here is all about not doing things the typical way, creating things in your own unique type of energy, basically. You have a lot of gifts. That was super apparent to me during this whole spread. Some of the gifts you're aware of and you're using, some of them you're not aware of, but almost all of them you're just not tapping into for some reason. And I'll actually get into that because it's the next card over where I felt more of that energy. You really just have been using your gifts to get by, even using them out of necessity, not out of intention. And when you're doing things intentionally, especially with this Magician card, it's so much more powerful. I think the results that you get out of being more intentional is going to make things manifest for you at twice the speed. And in doing that too, I feel like you're going to find out you're just way too forgiving. I mentioned a little bit earlier, people just really overstayed their welcome in your life. And it also could be a reason why you're not aware of your gifts, because you're just around a lot of people that underestimate you, while at the same time they're still kind of using you because they do see your potential, even if they're telling you that they don't, or making you think that they don't. And I'm gonna repeat it again, but really, you really need to understand that some people's karma is to lose someone like you. So when you keep allowing them in your life, you're really prolonging your own suffering and you're delaying theirs. You got really big cards to start off the spread, and this Death card too is just. I want to say you're either coming out of this energy right now, or you're literally about to jump into this. This can almost, for me, mean that you are about to have a lot hit you at once. These two in particular coming up though, I feel like you're leveling up, and you're seriously, I don't even, I'm scared I'm gonna keep repeating this throughout the whole video, but you have no idea how abundant you are about to be. Extremely, extremely abundant. The only thing with this magician card though, it's just the what you want is just, it's as important as the how and why you want it. So yeah, you have an abundant time coming up, and I think you need to know what you intend on manifesting and why you want it before just jumping in and jotting down any old thing that comes to your head, if that makes sense. You have a lot of energy here of needing to clean your subconscious. This Hermit card too was very, very powerful, and that to me is you just have a lot of thoughts you need to rearrange. This Death card too, you have a lot you need to clean up before you just start plotting out your dream life. The leveling up is really going to start internally, and it's going to feel like it's taking a long time, but you're going to start to see results pretty quickly. I do feel like something will occur that will show you how strong you are, and it will just snowball into you making huge overall changes. And I think this eye opener will be in regards to who needs to leave your space and who can stay. Also, I should say, if you're having trouble sleeping or if you were at any point, I do see you releasing whatever it was, and whatever it was that was keeping you up. I see that kind of calming down for you with this magician card for some reason. The magician too, it could be not necessarily like having clarity in the way that the Ace of Swords or any other type of honest card would be. It's clarity more in you know what you have to do now, so you're not going to obsess over it anymore. I think you also are starting to realize that having a natural flow is best. You don't need to force anything. It's one thing to be gifted, it's one thing to be talented, but a lot of people struggle with trying to make their gifts mean something, or they're trying to find a socially acceptable way in trying to use their gifts, or they're just trying to find a way to impress people or prove something to people using their gifts, and it's kind of counterproductive. It really just only imprisons you, and it kind of hampers on your potential when you kind of think of everyone else instead of just what it is you want and need to do. Uranus energy here is kind of all over your spread for me, or I just felt it because you're rebelling a bit this month, and I feel like you're with this Death card, you were resisting this rebellion that you know you need to kind of partake in, and you deep down you want to create this monumental change. You really want to shake things up, but you either don't know how or you're scared of the repercussions. So getting into the next spread, I do feel like there's some worry here that you might lack physical drive at some point, especially with this Hangman card. And I feel like you're just stuck in the metaphorical. You can be in this energy of mistakenly thinking that um, it's for the best to not do anything right now, but in reality, you're just depriving your mind of its chance to run free. And that's where I got you were kind of resisting your fight for independence, your fight to kind of rebel against whatever it is trying to lock you in. You really need to blend your imagination with the practical side of yourself, because too little imagination or too little practicality or even too much of both is just going to leave you in inertia. This Hangman is the most spiritual card in the deck of tarot in general. I don't think it's my personal belief, don't quote me on this, but I don't think anyone is ever going to get the full scope of this card. And I think when it just comes up, it means that you have a lot of soul searching you have to do. This Death card too is almost like a dark night of the soul type of energy. And I feel like a lot of it is going to be about your purpose versus almost financial stability. On the positive side, though, this page does mean good news. You got a lot of good news cards regarding money. You have money coming to you, and it's not a lot of the signs. They got money in the form of an opportunity, so it's not like a consistent landfall of money yet, or it's not just a lump sum yet. I think you're the first sign that yeah, I do think you're going to get a lump sum of money at some point and fairly soon. And I do feel like it's going to be enough to where you can kind of look at other things now because you don't have to worry about money anymore. This could be a loan, it could be an inheritance, because the Nine of Pentacles came up for you later, and this card can also mean inheritance, or even inheriting property. So I would, if that resonates, I would look forward to that as well. For some of you, I kind of also saw that your savings it's going to bulk up pretty nicely, or just at some point you're going to look at your savings and realize, oh, holy crap, I have a lot of money here. So in the coming months, you're just going to be in the state of feeling like you have time to figure things out with this Hangman. And I do want you to know that you're stable either way. It's just about feeling challenged, and it's really about feeling fulfilled. You want to be of use. I do see that here. You want to do something on a grand scale, and you don't want to just be another cog in the system. You don't want to just pick up your paycheck, cash it, and do the same thing robotically every day. You really want to do something bigger, and you want to do something that helps others. So I would just start there. You don't have to narrow it down just yet. I think, again, especially with this Magician card, just completely starting this spread, I feel like you need to just take things slowly and allow inspiration to come to you right now. In the meantime, just study all facets of things that interest you, hone your gifts to the best of your abilities, but don't put pressure on yourself to just find this one thing. I see a lot of you leaving your jobs at this point because of this financial security that you get. I feel like whatever this loan or sum of money is, it's enough to where it's almost like a safety net coming towards you. However, in regards to love, I do feel like something kind of makes you feel protected enough to venture out on your own. Because I do see third party. I did feel somebody that just does not have the greatest intentions. So I feel like at some point, you wanted to really make things work. This was something you really wanted to be long term, but I feel like you wake up at some point. It could be this third party energy here that's right next door. But you kept believing that if you took the time to make it work, and even if you had to do it yourself, I feel like you were willing to completely do it alone. And that's changing. And I feel like you're seeing that doing it by yourself, you can't force someone to try. This Hangman is you releasing after sacrificing for so long with this person, and this page is you just knowing there's more out there. This connection definitely woke you up to how distracted you were, because this Three of Pentacles was really powerful energy for me. And usually it's rare that a minor arcana card can just overtake a major arcana card like that in the same right next to each other. But yeah, this Three of Pentacles is telling me that you are, even if it's something to kind of get you out of this funk or get you out of being heartbroken by this person, now it's game time for you. A lot of you were stressing out about your person's other lover, whoever this third person was. I think you put so much focus into trying to get them to come back to you. Even if this person was going back and forth or didn't fully leave you yet, or had no intentions of leaving you, I think you just wanted this third person out the picture. And you were dedicating so much, you were putting so much time and energy into trying to just get them toward you and only you, that now it's just, all right, I'm going to divert this energy into something else. And this something else is work. Because this is always a skilled labor job to me. Not even labor, it could be anything. But it's something that you have to just develop a skill for. It's something that it's not menial. You have to really put in the work to do it. And I see that a lot of you are going to go even harder, and you're developing that gift and turning it into money. This Three of Pentacles literally means getting paid for something you are good at. And then in addition to that, it's about building a name for yourself. I don't know if I mentioned it in our face-to-face, the beginning of the video. You have so many public cards here. And it's tarot is so fluid. It's not just, all right, when I say public, it doesn't mean that all of you are going to be celebrities or go viral, whatever. But it can mean that. It's just on a scale. So I feel like for most of you, it's going to be you're going to be the go-to person. You're going to be someone that's super impressive. You're building a name for yourself, basically. And your relationship has a lot to do with you changing course and getting this positive attention from work, because you weren't getting it from the person that you were with. whoever you were with was giving it, to you, to other people as well. So you just wanted someone to be all about you, so you became all about your work, and it paid off. Some of you may meet a new person via whatever this undertaking is, but there's also the energy here of your person starting to see you the way others do. The Lover's card too is a big card about perspective, as is the Hangman. The Hangman is definitely about perspective and looking at things from all angles, but the Lover's card is about looking at things from within. I think they were so busy chasing the new, chasing the so-called better, that when other people when other people start to respect and value you, it's going to shake them up a lot. All of a sudden you're going to be an asset. All of a sudden you're going to be somebody that is profitable to be with. So I do really want you to be wary of motives, especially again if there is third party energy here. If all of a sudden your person wants to put in the work to keep you, question why and when, instead of just being happy that things are so-called changing. You're being asked to not keep around the mediocre. Basically, you're being asked to not be mediocre anymore, because you have opportunities, you have people that are interested in what you have to offer. So there's no half doing anything at this point. The Lover's card to me also can mean your higher self and your conscious self integrating, and you spiritually leveling up. But more so, it's about getting to know yourself fully at a level that you have yet to do. It's really no coincidence that the Star card is right after, because the power and intention that's coming to you from getting to know yourself, it stems from you releasing this past person. It stems from you being in solitude and throwing everything into your gifts, into your work, and then finally loving all aspects of yourself no matter what. The funny thing about third parties, or the ironic thing about third parties is, it really it's a hit to your self esteem. This is I'm saying this as someone who's been in several third party situations, and each and every one, no matter how many times I recover from them and tell myself, hey, like this third party thing, it's not me. It's not an indicator of my self worth that this person strayed. It really, even questioning your self-worth is counterproductive. So getting yourself out of a third party is the best thing you could do for yourself, and that energy, it immediately amplifies, and you realize how much time you spent in just questioning yourself and questioning, why can't I get this person to only focus on me? And that's what I see for you, for sure. I think you're gonna realize, I'm done doubting myself, and I'm done being a second option. I'm just going to be first in all I do, first in work, first in relationships, first in friends, and not in a selfish way, but just what you deserve moving forward. Around here though, this is where I really started to feel the energy, where I mentioned that, you know, you have someone that's after what makes them look and feel good. You have someone that's always trying to so-called upgrade, or move to the next best thing, rather than someone that really wants to grow with you. This person is not evolved. They really use other people's energy to gain abundance, and they also try to make it look like their life is together. So take that into consideration. I think there's a lot about the person you're with or were with that you just don't know, because it was all smoke and mirrors. Because the Magician card can also reference that too. As soon as you start growing and as soon as you start glowing, here they come. They're definitely going to try to make it look like they want forgiveness, they want peace with the Star card, but in reality they just want to get in on your growth before someone else snatches you up, because like I said, you have a lot of people around you that see your potential in ways that you don't. This person in particular is an opportunist. They have a lot of practice of just going after the next best thing, like I said. So in all your healing and all your forgiveness, it really could start to seem like you're meant to forgive them and meant to start over, because your wish fulfillment could have been a stable, loving relationship with this person, but you're going to have to redirect that. And just because you're wishing really hard for something and you start to get it, it doesn't mean that it's meant for you. So you're going to have to know, especially when that person tries to reassert themselves in your life, you're gonna have to know when to cut them off. Because like I said, their karma is having you be the one that got away. The only way they're meant to learn that people aren't disposable is by being discarded themselves and having that door shut in their face. And again, it's not malicious, it's just the way that things are supposed to be for their own spiritual growth and for your own spiritual growth. Because you need to learn that you don't deserve to be discarded. So I really want you to know that you're set for a brighter path with the Star card. So you can't allow dark parasitic energy in because it will only take from you. Your person's fate is not in your hands, but you also do need to separate yourself because you don't want to run the risk of their karma affecting you. One person's karma is always going to be their karma, but there can be residual effects on the people that are around them. So you want to separate yourself, especially if the universe starts to push you in an opposite direction. You really don't want. You really don't want. The universe to get a little bit more forceful, because if you ignore them, or if you ignore it, it can turn into you seeing signs at a very intense rate, if that makes sense. So yeah, the Star card is wish fulfillment. So together, this could be confirmation that you're going to get what you want because you've done a lot to deserve it. If you've been struggling, if you've been putting in the work, people are not only going to notice you, but they're going to respect you as well. They're going to admire you for sure. Moving forward, funny enough, we have the 6, the 7, and the 8 of Cups coming up for you. The 7 and 8 came out to clarify the 6, so I just decided to take all 3 because it was a pretty clear message. You're tempted to remain loyal and steadfast to this person, at least around here you are, and you need to fully walk away from them. The 6 of Cups, that's another love affair card. This is another not everything is as it seems card. This is a potential rose-colored glasses card. So this person with the 6 and 7 of Cups, they're never going to be faithful to you, at least anytime soon. So this is someone that's just always going to jump from one person to the next because they're always going to want to be someone with options. I think their self-esteem is tied to who they can get or how many people they can get. So if this is someone that's always going to think the grass is greener, you don't want to set yourself up to get hurt over and over again because you're only providing them a cushion if you stay. If you walk away and take yourself out of the equation or out of whatever rotation this person's trying to put you in, you're standing up to them and you're showing them that you were always the best that they had. You're the best they ever could get. You're only going to grow while they stay spinning their wheels, and they're not going in any direction. They're just going to whoever is going to take them, to whoever is going to put up with their lack of fidelity, etc. All of these cards also speak to intuition and moving by faith and not by fear. So you have assured success on your side. So there's really no reason to rely on this person. I wish you can kind of feel the cards that I'm showing you, because there's energy here of you winning no matter what. It's just at which level are you choosing to win? Because if you keep this person at your side, it's going to dim the success a little bit. You're going to share the spotlight with someone that really doesn't deserve it. So, like I said, the star energy, it's the beginning of a really great and even potentially public period for you. You have a lot of cards that together can kind of mean being that I want to say household name type of energy. And that's, again, it's on a scale. So let's say you're a tarot reader, for example. All you have cards here that separate you from others. So whatever field you're in, you have the energy of being that go-to, like I mentioned. You have success in bringing in clients. You have success in bringing in opportunities. And with all that self-love, I also feel like you have potential love coming as well, especially with this Knight of Wands. This could be someone that has heard about you or just looked into you after coming across that public persona you're kind of growing into. A lot of this is going to happen for you, actually. I feel like multiple people are going to try to shoot their shot because now you have a name, and like I said, you're a catch, and you're getting out there. People are really, whether romantically or professionally or even just friendship wise, they really want a piece of you. So just make sure to look at the fine print, make sure you are allowing the right people in. This page too is more about studying and perfecting your craft. So really keep this momentum going, especially with this night. It's about adding the physical with the mental in order to maintain your success. Also with this page, make sure you keep, and I just got deja vu as I was about to say this. I feel like I've told Aquariuses this before, but really don't lay all your plans bare for everyone right away. Um, don't keep your plans to yourself basically until the proper time, because you have a lot of eyes on you and not all of them are well wishers. I feel like the Page of Swords can sometimes be an imposter, it can sometimes be a rival, and with this Nine of Wands too, there's jealous energy toward the end of the spread. um and I just wanted to throw that out. But mostly I feel like you don't want to be too hasty in love and don't be too hasty in work. You don't want to be talked into anything. Don't allow anyone to take over your ideas. Don't allow anyone to just force their way into your life. Because you run the risk of being talked into things that are going to be detrimental to the momentum you have going. So just really keep your guard up and protect your energy, protect your work, protect your space. I with this night though, just be wary of smooth talkers, and yeah, I'll just keep it at that, because this knight, while he's not necessarily a player, he's someone that just he's overwhelming in how passionate he is, and that's not gender specific. So take it as that resonates. Expect some surprises though, whether it's surprising events, a surprising message. Just expect the unexpected. Also, this night too, whenever he comes up to me, it's a hint to stay physically active, because the Page of Swords could also mean stress. So stay physically active to keep that stress at bay, and that's going to keep you healthy. Because stress can also take a toll on your physical, and you really want to be careful in this year in particular with that. But here is one of my favorite combinations. You got the Nine of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So this is where I started thinking about Jupiter and Pisces, because this card, the Nine of Pentacles, this is Jupiter and Pisces, wish fulfillment, a wish being granted. Yeah, Jupiter is not exalted in Pisces. It's exalted in, it'll come to me, but basically it's still a really good transit. And it's coming up either this summer, the summer of 2021, or a little bit early in 22. So yeah, one of these times. It's really soon though, so expect to hit a great milestone during that time, especially if you're laying the groundwork out now, which is what I'm seeing here. The remainder of this year is just a prep time for you. You're going to see snippets of the success, but I think a really huge goal you have set, it's going to probably manifest itself in 2021 at some point, most likely in the summer, if that's when that Jupiter and Pisces happens. So I really want you to be like, go with the flow. There's going to be gains, there's going to be losses, especially with this Four of Pentacles. But for the most part, a lot of what you want is going to come. You have the Star, you have the Magician, and now you have the Nine of Cups. So I will say that none of it is going to come easily. That's the thing. The major restructuring in your life with this Death card, that's going to be the hard part of it. But once you get that down, once you know what you need to change, know what you need to clear out, I feel like your dreams are going to at least have the room to grow. I do want to also say, once you get that dream that you've manifested, to kind of make sure to value it, to protect it, but also don't allow it to possess you, because this Four of Pentacles can speak of being a little bit too clingy and too tied to your possessions and tied to wanting things to be secure. So just know that, loss and gains and losses are a natural part of life. Whatever you lose, you can get back, so don't hold too tightly to any one thing. Moving forward, the last three cards of your spread are the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles to clarify. So more money, basically. You got a lot. You might come. Well, granted, the Six of Pentacles definitely comes up for me during the holidays, because the Six of Pentacles are gifts. They are kindnesses. They are someone making an effort. or the potential for someone to make an effort via a gift. But the end of this spread talks more about you learning about yourself, especially while in solitude. So if you do have this person coming in with gifts and promises and giving you everything you've always wanted, basically, just keep your head keep your head above water. Don't get swept up by this. I don't see you jumping head first, to be honest, into a relationship with this person again, and that's the wise choice. Especially since there is a hint of jealousy toward the end of the spread. It started with this Page of Swords. I'm kind of getting it with the Six and Four Pentacles, but I do feel like someone is almost trying to bribe you. So it's best not to allow any thoughts or actions to influence you, only your own. When the Hermit card comes up, especially in a love reading, that means that you kind of have to clear your head, and there's something around you that's a little shady mentally. This person is trying to get over on you, but trying to get in your head, basically. So when the Hermit comes up, that's the need for meditation. That's the need to be by yourself, because you need to get in touch with your own guides, your own spirit, to know what to do and not listen to whatever or whoever is trying to convince you otherwise. I would also say to watch how you use money. You have so many abundance cards, especially windfall cards, so lump sum of money. So wield that carefully, because the Justice card could apply to you as well. So don't try to use it as a means to keep people in your life. Also watch out for spending on things just to get temporary satisfaction, because your growth going into 2021 is so important. You have a really, really, I want it not even intense, I want to say just really important time ahead. This Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck, now is the time to release anything that is not serving you. And I know it's such an overused saying, but it's important because you just want to make sure you go into 2021 free, clear, able to think carefully. So let's see what themes are coming with this eclipse in the next few days. What's going to be highlighted for you, Aquarius, after the 30th? Or even right before the 30th, which is now. Oh, alright, a few cards came out. Oh, alright. So we got harmony, peace, balance, friendship. We got memories, bittersweet, dwelling, reminiscing. And then we got receptive, open heart, softness, vulnerability. This is interesting because I do feel like memories and tie, because the Six of Cups is about that. Rose-colored glasses, remembering things as you want them to be and not as they were. That's what's tying you to someone. That's what's keeping you to someone. In reality, you need to make peace with reality. You need to make peace with actual events. And you also need to keep genuine people around you in order to feel that and in order to be in that energy. Because if you're receptive to people that just don't mean you well, you're going to soak in that negativity. So try to avoid that. Let's pull an oracle card for you. One more, since we're almost at 40 minutes. I didn't mean for this reading to be that long, but a lot of information came up, so I do hope it helped if you were able to get through the whole thing. Alright, we got Made with Love. A gift from the heart, sentimental, and offering a contribution, try new things, being there, support. So this is Six of Pentacles energy here. I do feel like, especially with these public cards coming up, you're going to have people that are so grateful for what you do. I keep getting that you want to help people, you want to be of service. You will do that, and you will meet so many good souls doing that. People that are just going to be so grateful for your presence, for your energy. And I think you're going to be a gift to people, and people are going to be a gift for you. So that's why you can't just let anyone in willy-nilly. You want to let the genuine souls in only. So I will end there. I'm going to go ahead and film your extended on Patreon. That's going to be an extended love reading. I might actually start doing extended career and money, but we'll see how that goes. I get a lot more requests to just focus on love. So if you want to follow me there, I'll put the link in my description box. So I will definitely try to make a video again within the next week or so, just to see what December is going to look like. And until then, you can follow me on all my socials. I have them linked as well. And just stay happy, stay safe. Bye.